Hey, so as you can see, this is not my normal setup. I'm going to be out of town for a few days, and so I want to go through some comments on a couple of videos and respond to some criticism that I got on a few videos and just clear things up so you understand where my positions are and where I disagree on some of you, or maybe many of you, on some of these topics. Now, before I go into this, so since I'm not going to be here Monday, I shot a video for Monday, and it was on Joy Reid's appearance on The Daily Show. So it was the first time I did a first reaction type video. So I hadn't seen the clip of her on the show yet, and I was told to watch it. So I watched it while I was recording, and you can see my reaction while I watch it, and then I talk about it afterwards. So I went to upload that video to YouTube, having it prepped for Monday, and then it got blocked. Copyright infringement. So Viacom is very strict, apparently, on their clips. So what I've done is I put the video for Patreons only, for $3 plus Patreons. So if you go to therationalnational.com/join, or just go to patreon.com/therationalnational. There's also a link below the video where you can get there. Go there, become a patron, and watch the video. And I have to be honest, I'm not just saying this because it's a Patreon exclusive video, but when I was done the video, I felt really good about it. It's one of those videos where I show more emotion than usual. So I get kind of angry in the video, and I go off on something that Joy Reid said. But if you want to see it, go there. I may make that sort of segment, first reaction segment, a regular thing for Patreons, since apparently I can't play long clips on YouTube. So I don't know. YouTube's getting weird with this stuff, and some companies are getting way too strict with it. But anyways, another point of note before I get to the body of this video, I recently lost my job, and or I should say so I'm a freelancer, but I recently lost my main source of income. So right now, my only source of income is Patreon, and to a lesser extent, YouTube. YouTube ads are, I know you've heard this a million times, likely from other people on YouTube, but YouTube ads for people that talk politics is abysmal. It's not even worth mentioning. You make so little on YouTube ads, it's ridiculous. So I need to stay afloat. If you want to help me stay afloat and you get some extra content in it, become a Patreon. It is worth it. Again, the link is therationalnational.com/join. Now, there's also a link below the video. Anyways, so on to some feedback. So the Kamala Harris video that I posted yesterday, where she came out in support, or not even just support, she is co-sponsoring Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All bill, and I talked about it, and I gave her the benefit of the doubt on this issue. I think I made a very good case in that video. Essentially, it boils down to the fact that she's not being paid money, or much money, from the healthcare industry. So there is no reason to not trust Kamala Harris's position on Medicare for All, because she's not being influenced by donor money in this industry. I think it's a pretty rational case to make. But a lot of comments were like, no, you can't trust her. She's terrible. She's corrupt forever. Like, okay, people, just take it down a few notches. Okay, I'm not telling you to go out and vote for her in 2020. I'm gonna be Bernie 2020 until he tells us otherwise. So if Bernie's not running in 2020, we gotta start weighing our options for who is running. And right now, the only other person that seems like they're definitely running is Kamala Harris. And all I'm saying is, if it's between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris is supporting something like Medicare for All, which she is supporting currently, then it's not terrible. I'm not saying she is a great candidate, but on that one issue, wouldn't that be a great thing to have? As a Canadian who has it, it's pretty freaking great. You might want it. So all I'm saying is, we need to have a reason to push candidates. So either you want to push candidates or you don't. If you think it's worth pushing candidates in the right direction, then do it. Like I'm doing, like I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to voice these opinions to move these politicians in a progressive direction. Because otherwise, why do this? I mean, if we're not influencing anybody and I'm just here to bitch about shit, what's the point? Why am I just here to complain about politicians? I want solutions. I want to move towards actual solutions to get America to a place where it's not even just caught up to the rest of the world, but a leader, back to being a leader to other countries. And right now it's not. So when you see a politician do this, or when you see a politician be progressive on an issue, you should encourage them. Be like, yes, good job. Now, also be progressive on this other issue. Maybe think about stop taking big corporate money or stop taking Wall Street money. Positive reinforcement, in my opinion, is way more effective than negativity and just criticizing politicians without giving them an actual chance. Now, I'm not saying Kamala Harris is perfect. Again, she's not. She's done things that are wrong. But when they do something right, encourage it. Maybe they'll do more. Politicians want to be popular. So if you show them what's popular, then maybe they'll continue doing it in other areas. That's it. I was going to show you a comment that I got just to give you a primer of how some people disagree with me. Here, I'll show it anyway. So there's a lot of comments under that YouTube video, but here is a tweet from Silver Nightchev, who I responded to. He tweeted to me saying, I saw your piece on Kamala Harris. You're a painfully gullible person. Politics is calculated and dirty game. She's playing game like Obama. I don't even disagree with that. Of course, she's supporting Medicare for all because it's popular. Of course. That doesn't mean she's not going to support it. If it's popular, maybe it's a position she wants to stay with if she wants to make it to office and then remain in office. So, again, the issue that existed with Obama is that not many people really considered or even looked into who was giving him money in 2008. He just talked a good progressive game that people hadn't heard in a while, so we all were quick to accept it and not question it. And now we learn from that, and we know better. We now know to look into their donors and see who's actually giving them money and who's funding these campaigns and how it may affect them once they're in office. Kamala Harris is not being given money from the healthcare industry. So on Medicare for all, on this position, I trust her on that position, on this industry, and this issue. That doesn't mean I want her to be president. Understand? Cool. What's next? See if I missed anything here. No, okay. So the next last video I'm going to talk about from this week, Joel Osteen. That video blew up. It's like, I don't even know, like 60,000 views or something. But, so, apparently religion's a big thing in the US. So, a lot of people, most of the comments agreed with me that there were a lot of religious people commenting on it saying, I'm a Catholic, this guy he's not real, he doesn't speak for me, and yeah, he closed off his church to flood victims because he wanted a nice clean church, didn't want to open it up to the dirty people. That's what it felt like. But he did eventually open it up after all the public pressure. And the thing I wish YouTube had was an ability to add an extension on the end of an older video. So if I could have, I would have added at the end of that video, by the way, this is a day later, he has now opened the church, just an update to the story. but you can't do that. So the best I could do was pin a comment under the video giving an update, and that's what I did. And but before all that, there were some comments. Some of them were funny. So this one person commented under the Joel Osteen didn't open his church video. How about temples, mosques? Are they open for shelters? To which I responded, yes, 21 mosques in the Houston area have been open for shelter since the beginning of the storm. And I gave him a link. And then he or she responded, I'm relieved to know. Thank you. So I feel like when they first posted that comment, they didn't expect that answer. But I'm glad to know that this person came back and was like, okay, good. I'm glad they have. So cool. And I got that comment. That sort of comment was there more than a few times. What, are the mosques open? Yeah, actually they are. And look, I wasn't saying in the video, I didn't say all the Catholic churches were closed. I was talking about Joel Osteen, the guy who's a millionaire from being a super Christian. I was talking about his church. So yes, there were also other churches opened, as well as mosques. That's how it works. But apparently when you're worth a lot of money, you're not so keen about doing that. This one was fun. So this comment said, easy for you to criticize. Have you done your part? I live in BC, Canada, where we are also having a crisis due to forest fires. But I have donated money for Texas through the Red Cross. Ask yourself, what are you doing to help? I'm talking about it. That's what I'm doing. So this comment I saw a few times too. Basically, essentially saying, well, what are you doing? Are you opening your house? Well, I don't know if people from Houston are how they're gonna get here to where I live, you know, up north, but good luck. So this is the reporter's job, right? I am a commentator / sometimes reporter. I'm here to discuss the issues, shine a light on these issues. I'm not out there, I'm not Joel Osteen. I'm not out there preaching the word of Jesus, the word of God, and making that my thing. That's Joel Osteen's thing. If my thing was about my door is always open to everybody. I'm acting just like Jesus. I am a very giving, caring person. I care about the poor and all that great stuff. If that was my message, then I'd be a big hypocrite to not open my doors to people when they need it. I'm not that person. I'm not Joel Osteen. I'm not a priest. I'm not a millionaire. So there's only so much I can do. And there's only so much that I have promised to do. Again, I'm not Joel Osteen. This is why people like Joel Osteen, who make lots of money off this, should be held to a higher standard than the average person. I think that's pretty clear, but some people don't get it. And this last one, I also oddly don't really agree with, from Sylvana Smith. Joel Osteen is not a Christian. He's a heretic from the pits of hell. Okay, it's a bit far from me. I don't know. You have that position. I don't want to, I'm not here to I don't know how I'm going to finish that sentence. I'm here to criticize Joel Osteen, but I'm not here to bring him down to the level of hell. I just don't go that far. I don't really care. I don't think there is a hell. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a religious person. So maybe you think that, that's great. I think Joel Osteen just made a mistake. I think he is, I don't even think he's a full-on phony. He's apparently done some good things for people. He's also opened his church before in another disaster. So he just had a lapse of judgment here. And maybe it shows to a larger pattern of other behavior. I don't know. I haven't looked that far into it. But in this instance of not opening his church, he made a mistake. And he corrected it. So that's how it is. And that's it. Maybe I'll do more of these in the future. So as I said, Monday I'm not going to be here. that Joy Reid video was supposed to be for Monday, but now it's patrons only. So I may do a video from where I'm going to be. That'll be interesting. You'll see where I am. Maybe on Monday. Yeah, but it'll be one of these sort of videos again if I do it. I'm not going to be in my little studio. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you like my stuff and you can afford it, if you can afford $3 a month or whatever you can afford, patreon.com/TheRationalNational. There is a link below the video, and I'll also put a link somewhere on the screen really soon. And you could also get there quicker, or just as quick, through TheRationalNational.com/join. And by the way, TheRationalNational.com just by itself gets to the YouTube page, or redirects to this YouTube page. So you don't have to, type in the whole YouTube URL, all that stuff. All right, cool. Later. Thanks, guys, for watching, guys and girls. And I'll see you next week. Bye.